Hey guys, Jake here, and today I want to talk about my dream feature in a racing game and how I think Dirt 5's new Playgrounds feature has read my mind almost perfectly. And a quick thank you to James from Codemasters for giving me a code of the game to test out the Playgrounds feature. That's sadly the only thing I can test out right now in this build. And while there are some bugs and issues, of course, this is an early version of the game, so I can't really talk about that too much until it's released. So ever since I was a kid, I always loved creating and building things. In fact, my time on YouTube was actually started with my Lego channel and making stop motion films. And in racing games, there are some creative things you can do. You can be a photographer, you can do digital photography, and you can also make videos and content like I do. I quite like to do both of those things actually. But one thing that I feel like racing games don't do enough of is a creation tool to make your own tracks, your own game experience. In 2015, I discovered Trackmania, and that game got me hooked on track creators ever since. I love that you could have different environments and you could just go completely off the wall, do tracks in the sky with all kinds of obstacles, and you could also dress up your tracks with different kind of props. And while I love Trackmania, I always wanted this in a full, proper AAA racing game that has, licensed cars, more features, proper controller support, and many other things. But so far, up until just yesterday, that game has not existed. The closest thing I've seen is Forza Horizon 4 with its track creator, and while I've played that a lot, it's very bare bones, it's very limited, and I'm disappointed how Playground Games hasn't expanded on it since its launch. And lately, I was kind of dreaming up of this idea of what if a AAA racing game, whether it be Forza, Need for Speed, whatever kind of game, what if it had a track creator like Trackmania, where you could put pieces in the sky and go completely off the wall and do pretty much anything you want? Well, if you saw yesterday's video, apparently I'm a racing game psychic, because in my Let's Talk Dirt 5 video from a few days ago, I predicted that a track creator might be the unannounced feature for Dirt 5, and I was exactly right. And it's not just any old track creator or route creator. It's exactly what I was looking for. In specific, it's called Playgrounds. So far from what I've seen and played and tried out, Codemasters have gone above and beyond with this editor from what I expected. There's all kinds of different props and ramps and types of blocks you can put, types of little dirt creases and paths. And with all this variety, there's so many different kinds of things you can do. One of my complaints with recent racing games is the exclusion of game modes. And what I mean by that is most racing games nowadays, you just see racing and time trials. But with Dirt 5, in just this one Playgrounds mode, this adds an unlimited amount of game modes. While there are only 3 official game modes that you can actually pick in the editor, that being Gate Crasher, which is essentially a time trial and checkpoint mode, Gymkhana, so kind of like Dirt 3 where you can make your own drifts and loops and donuts and stuff like that, but with your own course, and Smash Attack where you have to smash all the objects to get through the stage, which reminds me a lot of Dirt Showdown. But there's far more you can do than just these 3 game modes, and what I mean by that is with all the different options there are at store, there's all kinds of different puzzles and types of events you can make. So I see people like Stray Up Hippo making a track like Willow Springs. It's a real life track and he tried to recreate it using the editor. And then you see meme tracks like Shiny Odd's P Arena that's full of porta potties. And then personally, my favorite are the kind of platforming sky puzzle tracks. The kind of stuff that reminds me of Trackmania a lot and that I wanted to see in some other games. So I'm super happy to see the addition of letting us change like the verticality. Like you can really go high up with this editor. And not only the variety of the editor and how many things you can do surprised me, but also the intuitiveness of the editor also surprised me. It's the first track editor, the first proper track editor that I've really seen that you can easily use on a controller. Games like Trackmania Turbo also have a track editor on a console with a controller, but it's not that intuitive to use. Dirt 5 is extremely easy, and I can see myself building tracks with a controller for hours. But the good part, in addition to that simplicity, is also that you can make very complex stuff, even though it's easy to use and simple to understand, at least to me. And that's coming from someone who has had a good amount of experience with track editors, so maybe if you feel intimidated or maybe you feel like you wouldn't really be good at using this mode, there will be a proper tutorial to use this mode in the final game. From what I've played of the game, I mainly went to go check out other tracks that people have made, and I found a lot of hidden gems actually. For me, my favorite kind of tracks are actually the ones that some people call annoying, more so the puzzle tracks. The ones where you aren't always necessarily supposed to go super fast around every corner and straight, but more so something to kind of figure out and be careful with, of, partially falling off to the ground or missing a hidden checkpoint. And that's one thing I like so much about these kinds of editors. You can also pick and play whatever you want. If you aren't a fan of the puzzle type stuff, you can avoid those tracks or not make them if you want, but if you love them like I do, you can do what you want to your heart's content. Anyways, I've really enjoyed Dirt 5 Playground so far, and I think it'll add a ton of replayability in terms of just that you can make your own tracks now. That's an extra thing to do. You have so many other different levels to go to, just pretty much unlimited levels, and as well as that, there's also leaderboards with your friends and trying to beat their times on their tracks or your tracks or any kind of track. There's just so much you can do that a feature like this adds to the game. And I can bet for sure this will clock me in probably twice the amount of hours, or even more, than what I would have already played of Dirt 5. Anyways, let me know what you guys are thinking of how Dirt 5 Playgrounds looks. If you got any questions about it, I will try to answer them in the comment section below. And I'm also looking to stream this tomorrow, the day after I upload this video. So on my YouTube channel, I will be trying to stream this, maybe make some tracks and check out some other ones. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of this, and I'll see you guys later.